First of all, thank God for Mario Wonder. You wanna know why? Let's
Alright,
find out why.
chaps, time for another Goomba Gripes. Yeah, it's not cancelled yet, but I'm sure this episode might rustle some jimmies, so sit tight, deep breaths, and remember, it's just a paper cutout Goomba on the internet. Okay, good. And this time, we have a special guest with us. Some people love him, some people hate him, and most of you won't even know who he is. It's
he?
Haydox.
Sup?
Great introduction there.
So I gotta be honest here, I think...
What are we going to talk about today, Haydox?
Sup?
Great introduction there, I've got to say. So, what are we going to talk about today, Haydox, me man?
Well, your last Gripes video didn't get nearly enough dislikes, so I thought we'd talk about the Mario series this time. That tends to piss people off.
I am very protective of Mario series too, what?
So we're going to talk about how unoriginal, uninspired, and generic the series has become lately.
Well, that's one way of putting it.
I mean that, by the way, but, you know...
I genuinely do believe I do genuinely agree with Only Goomba, so I thank God for Mario and Rabbids, Mario and Donkey Kong and all those creative games. Because you can't call your games New Mario, but it feels the same. That's not new.
In order to make my point, we have to go all the way back to the start and look at the progression of the Mario series. Are you ready? Well, here we go!
That was a bit unnecessary, but alright. Well, I guess we'll start off with the first game most people think of when it comes to the Super Mario series, Super Mario Bros.
Well, actually, I think of Donkey Kong first, and then the original Mario Bros. So, get your facts right before I get bombarded with a bunch of...
God, they just seem like an old married couple. Like, they just constantly bicker. Like, gosh, calm down, man.
Comments pointing that out.
Right. Well, you could say that game laid down the foundation for the entire Mario series. Every Mario game since then still has Super Mario Bros. At the core.
Yep, I'd agree with that. Now, look at Mario 3. It expands the
A
world.
really great game. My only problem is the plain black background at the end of the levels.
New kingdoms, environments, kings, enemies, the Koopalings, and new power-ups that change the way the game is played. The perfect sequel in many ways. And then there's Super Mario World.
Another great game,
Expanded the importance and interactivity of the world map with a bigger focus on alternative exits, and it introduced the iconic ghost houses and our good friend Yoshi. It expanded the gameplay whilst keeping it true to the Mario series.
Well, apart from they ruined the Goombas, the fuck did they do to you, buddy? No future retcon will ever fix this abomination, but you're right. And this progression from each game kept on going, despite the series going 3D. Mario 64, Sunshine, Galaxy...
Yeah, I mean, I really respect how far Mario has went. Every game doesn't feel like the same. Even Mario and Rabbids. The sequel is so far from the original that we almost don't feel like we came from the same series.
They all added to the core idea of Mario whilst expanding the Mario universe. But there's a game we're missing out. New Super fucking Mario Bros. The game that ruined everything.
Well man, slow down a bit there. New Super Mario Bros. Was great. I'd even go as far to say that it's the natural progression of 2D Mario. A nice blend of classic and modern Mario. It did a lot right. The world...
I agree. The first and maybe second one, but then it started to repeat.
Worlds were unique at the time, the new power-ups added never-before-seen mechanics, and the level design was focused and fun. Isn't that what you said made the originals great?
Yes, but it planted the seeds of disaster which grew into the tree of disappointment. I'll start off with the obvious
I
issue.
love that they're actually in front of a tree. That's cute.
Look at the worlds. Grass, desert, beach, forest, snow, mountain, sky, lava.
Yes. Your point?
Well, look at the sequel. Grass, desert, snow, beach, sky, lava.
Yeah, but there's been 4 games now. There's much more variety.
Well, you say that, but look at New Super Mario Bros. U, will you?
Well, there's grass, desert, beach, snow, forest, mountain, sky, and...
It's lava, isn't it?
Yes.
Now, why has a franchise that has took Mario from the land to the sky
Yeah, I mean,
to space?
literally at the end of the day, the first world, as I've said, the first game is literally surrounded by bricks. Compared to the life and lushness of other Mario games, it just makes this game almost feel a bit creepy, how everything's covered in bricks. And as I've suggested, why not make that a world? The world of bricks. I don't know, it'd be extremely cool and extremely fun.
Suddenly get so interested in being so grounded in consistency. Personally,
Yeah, I'm not a big fan of Mario thinking that it needs to be consistent. Like, I refute every Mario movie, and honestly, one of my favorite things is every Mario movie felt different. I don't want to spoil, but you know, obviously the first felt like the first game, the sequel felt like a Jurassic Park horror movie, and the newest felt like a tribute to the franchise.
literally no limits to where Mario can go. The only limit really should be the imagination of the developers.
And it needs to be more. Look, I'm gonna hit you with something real. I want to learn how to write, and I'm actually going to writing classes. And as someone who wants to learn how to write, I know imagination is one of the greatest things you can have. So trust me, please, creators of Nintendo, stop making Mario so basic. As a Mario fan, I want more for Mario. Because even though some of the movies sucked, at least they gave Mario something. They made Mario feel more alive. You know what I'm saying?
But for some reason, we've been limited to grass, desert, beach, snow.
You don't have to go through that every time, dude.
Well, I wouldn't have to if I didn't do it in so many games. Hell, even the RPG series have fallen victim to it. It's contagious, dude. Even the 3D Mario games are suffering.
Yes,
How do you go from this
Sadly, that is true.
to this? It's going backwards, dude.
Goomba, as much as I
You go from
Yeah, I
this
mean, look how fun this is. And
to
then look
this.
how boring this looks. I mean, I'm not saying I didn't have fun with it, but just looking at it, visually, one looks way more fun than the other.
It's going backwards, dude.
Goomba, as much as I hate to say it, I think you might be onto something. Mario games used to be quite diverse. Remember Super Mario Land 2?
I do. Rest in peace, dog in game.
What?
Nothing.
Well, look at the world themes. A giant house, a tree, a giant robotic Mario inside a whale, a giant pumpkin, and space.
Mario was in space 15 years before Galaxy.
And it had an
These were all great 8 levels. I loved each one of them. And honestly, that beat design goes so fucking hard. I loved each one of those worlds. And to Nintendo, you don't need to go the same ones always.
onslaught of new enemies. Practically every level had a new foe in them, and every boss was new and unique. Plus, it wasn't about rescuing a princess for the 100th time either, and not a Koopaling in sight.
Which is kind of funny, considering New Super Mario Bros. Had such a lack of new enemies. And when they did have one, they dedicated the entire stage icon to it. And that Walrus never bloody shows up in the game ever again either.
Yeah, I mean, talk about, oh, we're so creative, and then the creativity is just one thing.
It's terrible.
Thinking about it now, even the original Mario Land had more unique areas and characters than most.
I mean, it had real-life locations. You can't be more different from a fictional series when real-life locations. Imagine I made a fictional universe, and then I randomly made my character go to New York City. That will always be more unique than the fictional locations, because it was a real location.
Mario games.
One day Nintendo will acknowledge Sarasa Land exists. One day.
Also, as I've said, the alien returns in the sequel. That's the only character besides Mario who returns. These two are the only characters who return.
Hey, but do you see what I mean? Nintendo have took an incredible amount of effort making the Mushroom Kingdom consistent. The original Super Mario Bros. Was very surreal.
It was meant to be chaotic and fun. I mean, hell, even
You
look
think
at
about-
Bowser's design. He's grey with yellow hair. Grey with yellow hair. They would never do that nowadays.
They should build upon that rather than.
I've even said this to James with Mario's design. Mario back in the day was fun because he wore different outfits. He was like Lara Croft. He could actually be a bit of a diva at times. Mario used to wear brown, blue. He used to wear brown, blue, black, grey, silver. Mario has weared so much colors, but he only changes clothes for spin-offs. Let Mario be a diva again. And saying how every Mario movie feels different, it scares me that the Mario movie 2 might feel too much like the original. And I don't want that. Every Mario movie has felt unique. I'm not saying mischaracterize Mario and Luigi, but I'm saying still make it feel unique.
Going in the opposite direction and making it so routine. There should be nothing routine about a world with giant turtles, vines, and mushrooms that make you giant.
Right, but there is more to a Mario game than the environments. I'd agree that they seem too bogged down in making the Mushroom Kingdom overly consistent, and yes, it should be a world of constant surprise rather than routine, but the games are still fun and each game does add something new.
Such as?
Well, the Wii game had co-op up to 4 players, dude. That's never been done in a Mario game before.
Well, I had no one to play with. Besides, it looked like a clusterfuck, to be honest. I don't think they really designed the game around 4 players.
Okay, but the
Looks okay to me.
3DS game had that coin gimmick. You like coins, right? Well, now you can get thousands of them. Coins everywhere.
Yeah, I've always wanted to have 500 lives by the end of the first world, because extra lives weren't already meaningless enough. Besides, the coins were pointless too. Unless you wanted to grind for hours for a new title screen, they had no other purpose. Spamming coins everywhere is just a cheap way to make the game feel new, when it's just the
I
same
have to
thing
actually agree, yeah.
again.
Damn it, Goomba, you're a hard man to please. But what about the Wii U game? I think I saved the best for that one.
Yeah, well, what did that add?
Well, you could spam blocks on screen to piss everyone off. Priceless. The fun never stops when you're spamming those blocks.
Yeah, that sounds like it won't get boring after about an hour. They released a new console with a new controller, and the best they could come up with was tapping blocks on the screen.
Right, but there's more to a Mario than the gimmicks. I'd agree that they have basically used the same game 4 times and added a minor addition to try to justify the game existing, but every game adds a new power-up. Yeah, got you there. How are you gonna be a killjoy about that one?
Yeah, I'm pretty proud about that too. They have to make a big fuss about it, don't they? Remember the flying squirrel suit?
I do indeed. Flying up in the
I hate that one.
sky and slowly gliding down is so much fun. Come on, Goomba, just this once. Agree with me. It's fun, right?
I'm afraid not.
Fuck.
Well, what's the difference between the flying squirrel suit and the propeller suit and the
Propeller suit is 10 times better.
Tanuki suit? They fly up and they slowly hover down. They all serve the exact same purpose as far as the gameplay is concerned.
What about the Ice Flower? That's new. Now, instead of killing enemies instantly like the Fire Flower, you can freeze them and then kill them.
Really annoying.
Now that's what I call innovation. And then there's the Penguin suit.
Yeah, and what did that do?
Well, for the most part, you freeze the enemy and then killed them. But in a penguin suit this time.
Dude, I mean no disrespect here, but if you're trying to win me over here, you're doing a pretty shit job, I've got to say. You've got one more chance to win me over.
I think this video is scripted. Like, I gotta be honest here. He didn't even mention the slide in or anything. I think this is fake. I used to think this was real, like a real conversation, but I think it's fake.
One more power-up. Something that really changes the way the game is played.
The Golden Fire Flower. Woo boy, that's a doozy. Now instead of killing enemies, you can kill them. And it turns them into...
You know what? I think that is actually a good one. Sometimes walls are really annoying, and sometimes I wish I could just throw a fireball and it breaks a wall, but it doesn't. So honestly, I feel like everyone disrespects this power, but it is really cool, and it deserves more respect.
coins, and then you pick up the coins for no reason.
Good job. I'm sold. I wonder what other colours they can make the fire flower in the future. Maybe
Brown, I imagine, would be rocks.
brown or green.
Green, I imagine, would be vines.
The possibilities are endless.
Well, real talk, Goomba.
We also got pink, and cloud, and gold.
Maybe you should let your hate boner for the new Super Mario series die down a little. There are children present. Fact is, you've pretty much ignored the latest 3D Mario titles. Yeah, okay, I get it. The levels are a bit generic, but they still have some cool power-ups. Everyone loved the cat suit, right?
Still a step back from Galaxy. Good games, but hardly worth getting excited about. Galaxy was the peak, and now we have 4 new Super Mario Bros. Games.
As someone who's never played it yet, but is planning to play it, I agree with Lonely Goomba, but I also don't agree with it. Yes, sometimes you hit peak, but you have to accept that sometimes peak can never be hit again, huh? You know what I'm saying?
And 2 disappointing 3D titles. Don't get me wrong, the games are fun. You buy a Mario game, you know you're gonna have a fun time at the very least. But there is something missing lately, and I think it's missing the heart.
Pains me to say this, but I agree. They could be so much more. Each game used to add new things, innovate things, but...
Yo, as our Art of Luigi and Mario playing a game on the SNES, and then Mario failed, threw his controller on the ground and said shit. I always used to be like, why would anyone swear over a retro game? I can't play Mario anymore.
Since New Super Mario Bros., at least for the 2D games, we've had the same game repackaged 4 times, basically. And I can't deny they've influenced the other titles in the franchise too, possibly for the worst.
It just feels like...
Yeah, it does feel a little lazy, I gotta be honest here.
They take the old aspects that work in Mario, run it through a computer, and the game pops out the other side. It's a
Probably was AI generated
product and not much else, to be honest.
I get that, but to be a bit of an optimist for a change...
What the fuck is
that?
Optimist.
Well, you know, someone who looks on the bright side of things, to be positive.
Well, that just sounds exhausting.
Austin,
Why the fuck would anyone want to be an optimist?
I gotta be honest here.
Look, Goomba,
that joke was fucking hilarious. Like, so negative that he sees being optimistic as boring and tired. That's fucking funny, yeah.
The new Super Mario Bros. Series is probably over. Nintendo has stated they wanted to do something new with Mario. Even Color Splash seems to have a more interesting environment at the very least. Maybe Nintendo has finally realized the problem with Mario and are going to expand the universe. More interesting scenarios, less princess kidnappings, less grass and deserts. Maybe the Mario series is going in a new direction and it's going to be better than ever before. Which, thinking about it, if that did happen, this video would be made completely irrelevant in the future.
Yes it would. Come on, Nintendo, I dare you. Make this video pointless. I'd love to watch this video in the future and laugh at how stupid it was. Oh, for what a fool I have been to have so little faith in Nintendo. But if I have to go through grass, desert, beach, forest, snow, mountain, sky, and lava to fight the Koopalings one more fucking time, I'm done. I quit. God damn it, man. You're making the most creative franchise into a fucking bore. Stop it, okay? Good.
So yeah, that's the problem with Mario, I guess, cause that's the title of the video and all that jazz. Well, thanks for watching.
I personally... Well, what's it?
Here's a shameless plug in my channel. Okay. Click the nope. Well, it's worth a shot. Best believe it now. Bye.
Honestly...
Good job I didn't bring up Nintendo's obsession with Toad. That would have really set him off.
I heard that. Hashtag slap a Toad
Toad
on
on him, huh? Okay, but seriously, that would have been funny to mention. But also, gotta be honest here, I agree and disagree. Like, I want to know, was Lonely Goomba, when he made... I wonder, is Lonely Goomba right or is he wrong? Because we did get a new U game, and it was basically as it was. But we also got Mario Wonder, so I'm kind of in between. I think new is dead, gladfully. But I also believe that we'll never truly be over with it, because Nintendo will always port it for new systems. I don't blame Nintendo for wanting to port it on new systems. Not everyone can get a Wii, and the Wii was just annoying to set up, so at the end of the day, I don't blame Nintendo for not wanting to bring it back. I mean, for bringing it back for new consoles. So, all around I'm saying the new games were annoying, but I don't think they were terrible, and I'm glad they were added. But I think Lonely Goomba was right. I believe he was proven wrong because of Mario Wonder, but I also believe he was proven right with the new game. I think basically the point is, you can never really escape it. Bye-bye.